I'm not a morning person by any means. But we're all packed up. We're ready to go. And we're off to Maine. Let's see what this bitch looks like.
Cutting me up like a knife and I feel it deep in my bones. Kicking a habit I love even harder. You wanna know? I just wanna dive in the water with you. Maybe we can't see the bottom. It's so easy to fall for each other. I'm just hoping we catch one another.
Just be careful, nah. Love ain't simple, nah. Promise me no promises. Oh, nah. Just be careful, nah. Love ain't simple, nah. Promise me no promises.
So we took a few days off from the real world in Maine. And I showed you all the houses that are around here. None of them on which I can afford. I couldn't even pay property tax on these places probably. But been here for like four nights, right? 4 nights. And have you ever noticed like you have like a 5-day work week and just like sometimes how slow it goes, and then when you go on vacation, you know, for four or 5 nights, it just goes by like in a blink of an eye. Like before you even know it, like you get there and then you're headed back already. Like I can't believe already it's Tuesday and I gotta go back tomorrow, you know, to work. But it's just crazy how fast it goes by. And something that I've noticed is that, like, you know, if you ever do anything, whether it's just even a day trip or a couple nights or whatever it may be, just kind of like disconnect yourself from everything. You know, take yourself away from like your phone or your computer or, you know, your social media, and just kind of just relax. And like I think a big thing is just like sitting down for a couple minutes or a couple hours or maybe an entire day and just kind of enjoying the moment, like really like looking around you and just really appreciating like what you have. We get so caught up on vacation or taking some time off to go do things and kind of pleasing other people, and before you know it, you have to head back in, you know, 6-7 hours. It just goes by way too fast. The other day we were at the beach and I took a seat, and, you know, for 2 or 3 hours I kind of just looked at the water and kind of enjoyed what I had in front of me. And it does a lot of good things for you. It does a lot of, you know, things you couldn't put a price tag on. It kind of refreshes your mind. It kind of rejuvenates you a little bit. I think the biggest thing you get out of it is kind of gives you a new perspective on things, on kind of what you want out of life. And I think it gives you a good understanding on what you need to do to kind of get what you want out of life. Like obviously, like it's beautiful around here. Like, I mean, like take a look at some of this stuff. Like right, I think just taking an entire day for myself and kind of just looking around me and seeing the scenery and the houses and everything, it really gives you like a kick in the butt for motivation on kind of what you want to do or what you want out of life. Like just going into the week, like I'm much more motivated, because it kind of puts into perspective of like, if these people can have it, like why can't you? You know, and I think a good way to kind of understand that is just taking some time off and just kind of relaxing and just kind of understanding what's around you and appreciating the time off and, you know, the weather or the scenery or whatever it may be. But just really appreciating the moment that you're in. and not worrying about what's coming next, or not worrying about what happened, yesterday or a few hours ago. I think that there's a lot of people, including myself, that always look to what's next or what happened in the past, and they don't appreciate what's going on right now. And in a blink of an eye, before you know it, you got to go back to work tomorrow, and you kind of miss the whole point of where you're at and why you're there. It goes by very quick. Obviously, I know most of you watching can easily tell. Like, you go on vacation and like you do a 5-day trip in Florida or some sweet island or whatever it may be, and before you know it, it's like boom, you're right back on the plane, headed right back home. You're like, where did that time go? And I think we just get so caught up in doing things. You just need to take some time and kind of reflect on what's going on right now, and just be thankful that you have some time off, and make the most of it. And what I mean by that is just maybe taking a few hours to kind of reflect on where you want to be in a couple years, or maybe a couple months, and also be grateful for where you're at right now. I think a lot of us get caught up in wanting to be somewhere in 5 or 6 years, and you're just not there yet, and you may not really even appreciate what you have right now. And I know for a fact that happens to me on a weekly basis. I always want to be 10 steps ahead of where I'm at right now, and sometimes I look back just a couple years ago and realize how far I've come, and have some gratitude on where you're at right now in life, and understand that where you want to go is going to eventually happen if you keep it up. But I know 6-7 months ago or 8 months ago, I was too afraid to even buy a camera. Obviously, I want the channel to be a lot bigger than what it is, but at the same time, like, personally, like, I'm so grateful that I just have the balls to even talk into a camera by myself. Like, you kind of got to look at it that way sometimes. So if you have some time on vacation, or you're a few days off, kind of take some time off, reflect, enjoy the moment for what it is, and don't really look to what's coming next. Just enjoy what's going on right now, and I think that can make your vacation a lot better, or it can make your a couple of days off much more relaxable.
I just wanna lie here with you. Oh, no, just be careful now. Love is